Good day and welcome to my video. Today we are going to learn how to find the missing digit in a place value, in a place value notation or in a number. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. Remember, the word to know is what is a digit. The words to know is what is a digit. A digit is the number. Example 1, 8, 6, 2, and 4, which means it's smaller than a 10. Okay, so let's look at our number. If 358 is equal to 300 plus a value plus 8. Our next question, please write these questions down in your book. Our next question is 253 equals to something plus 50 plus 3. Then we have 128 equals to 100 plus something plus something. Okay, so this is where we need to find the missing digit. Remember, the digit is the value or the number that is here. That's on our lines. So let's maybe use another color pen and we'll find the missing digit. So we know that if we break down this number, we will have 358. So we have 300s, we have 58. So 50 is missing. Definitely 50 is missing because this is supposed to be 300 plus 50 plus 8, which means it's 358. Okay, let's look at the next question. 253. So we automatically start with our hundreds first. So 253, we have 53. So we're supposed to have 200 plus 50 plus 3. And now we have a more difficult one which just has two missing digits. Okay, which means it is 128. 100 plus a 20 plus a 8. And that is how we find our missing digits. Okay, so the next thing we're going to learn is our fourth. So we've talked about 3-digit numbers. Can you see that all three of these numbers have 3 digits? 1, 2, 3. Now we are working with 4-digit numbers. So 4-digit place value. So we know that when we working with 3-digit place values, we have ones, we have hundreds, right? And then we have, so we have ones, we have hundreds, we have tens. And what would be the fourth value? Okay, so here we have ones. Here we have tens. Here we have hundreds. What would be our next value? If we look at a number like this number, how would we read this number? Okay, so we know that's a 2, we know this is a 40, we know that's supposed to be something in 100. What would be the next number? Yes, you've guessed correctly. That would be the thousands. Okay, so just like we did when we were working with the 3-digit number, we can now do exactly the same thing with the 4-digit place values. So let's put this number into our table. So first of all, we need to break it down. So we know we have 1,000 plus 40 plus 2. Or we have 1 times 1,000 plus 4 times a 10 plus 2 times a 1. And if we add all of that together, sorry, what you can hear in the background is Chucky, my dog, dreaming. So what you can find in the end then is 1042. Now let's put it in our table. We have, how many ones do we have? We have 2 ones. How many tens do we have? We have 4 tens. How many hundreds do we have? We have 0 hundreds. And how many thousands do we have? We have 1,000. And then you have your 1042. Let's do 2 more questions or 2 more numbers like this, and then I'll give you some work that you can do, that you can write over into your book, and you can practice when we're done with the video. Okay, so let's look at our next number. Our next number would be 5,528. How would we do this number? We would first need to break it open into place values, into expanded form, right? So we have 5,000, 5,000. We have 500. We have 2 or 20. We have a 20, and we have an 8. So 5,000 plus 500 plus 20 plus 8 gives you 5,528. Let's do it in expanded notation. We have how many thousands? We have 5 times 1,000. How many hundreds? 5 times 100. How many 20s? 2 times a 10. Sorry, how many 10s? 2 times a 10. And how many ones? 8 times 1. Okay, so that would be our expanded notation. Now we can write it into our table. So we always start with the ones. How many ones do we have? We have 8 ones. How many tens do we have? We have 2 tens. How many hundreds do we have? We have 5 hundreds. And how many thousands do we have? We have 5 thousands. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'll give you your work that you can do by yourself. Let's work with 9,005. Okay. First thing that we need to do is we need to write it in expanded form. So we have 9,000, and we have a 5 because there's no hundreds and there's no tens. Okay, next one. We have expanded notation. Expanded notation. How many thousands do we have? We have 9 times 1,000 plus how many ones? 5 times a 1. Okay, and that is our breakdown of our number. Now we can put it into our table. So how many ones do we have? We have 5 ones. How many tens do we have? We have 0 tens. How many hundreds do we have? We have 0 hundreds. How many thousands do we have? We have 9 thousands. Okay, and it's as easy as that. When you're working with different digits, you have different places, and you write them down in their places using standard form and then standard notation, and then writing it into your table. Now let's look at the questions that you'll be doing by yourself. So question number 1, you have 3,252. Number 2, you have 965. Number 3, you have 26. Number 4, you have 9. Number 5, you have 9,436. Number 6, you have 7,895. Number 7, you have 2,105. Number 8, you have 9,025. And our last two, number 9, you have 3,890. And number 10, you have 2,000. Okay, so now you have 10 equations. You can write them down. You need to write them down in your book, and you need to write down the answers next to it. Remember, your note page must look exactly the same as my page that I have here. It's only by doing this that when you are stuck somewhere, you can go back and see what we did and how we did it. Okay, so make sure that your page looks like this at the end of the lesson. Have a good day and keep on mathing.